So I finally got down and read chapter 40 and 41 of Dragon Ball Super, the manga, and I gotta say there's certain things that I enjoyed better than the anime, and there's certain things about the manga that I kind of disapproved that the anime did a little bit better. But the fast pacing continues in the Tournament of Power arc. 41 with pretty much the reveal, the introduction of Super Saiyan Blue evolution for Vegeta, and obviously Master Ultra Instinct for Goku in chapter 41. But the way that things went about is kind of like odd, in my opinion. When Ultra Instinct, it was a state of mind, and it vanished as quickly as it came, a lot sooner than the anime. And obviously that's where it left off, where we start off with chapter 40, and Vegeta's seeing all this, and he's getting ticked off. It's like, and we states this is only a fraction of what Ultra Instinct is capable of. Obviously, Goku hasn't mastered it. Beerus is like, of course, he's always half-assing it. Vegeta's getting ticked off by this because obviously he realizes, oh, Kakarot, damn it, he's ahead again. Typical Vegeta, right? And I hate this moment for a couple of reasons. Number one, time when Vegeta is actually thinking about Goku surpassing him again. You see Toppo in the background, clearly he's still in the fight. He's been taking some damage, but Vegeta just completely ignoring Toppo. And to be honest, the manga kind of trashed Toppo, in my opinion, especially since he defeated Goku. Like, you'd think Vegeta would be the one, okay, it's my next step to surpassing Kakarot, right? So why don't I take down Toppo and prove myself? No. What does he do? He's like, I can't stand this, how many times it happens. He snaps, how he awakens Super Saiyan Blue evolution, and I've got to be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. The motivation in the anime made a lot more sense with Vegeta thinking about Kaba, thinking about Bulla, thinking about Trunks and Bulma, his family. That's character progression for Vegeta. Here it's character regression because, okay, he still has a rivalry with Goku. I'm going to be neck and neck and I'm going to pass Goku. Fine, but it should be like, it's like a rivalry more than Vegeta still gets pissed off. This explosion sends Toppo into a load of rubble. He's still in the tournament, and Vegeta, everybody notices his form is different, his aura is different. He's awakened Super Saiyan Blue evolution, so it's a thing in the manga through Taro and Toriyama. Again, like I said, the fast pacing continues, and underneath he kicks him, and then sends him into the air. Vegeta comes down to attack him from above. He attacks Jiren, but as you clearly see a casual look from Jiren, like he's not phased by this at all. He lands on his feet, comes in again, and then Vegeta, this is where Jiren actually acknowledges Vegeta. It's like, if I recall, your name's Vegeta. Were you concealing your strength when you fight in Toppo? And it looks like Vegeta just awoken this. I hate to break it to you, but we Saiyans evolve as we fight, which is interesting because they use that same excuse in the anime when it came to Kale and Caulifla trope. When it comes to like Saiyans, they evolve while they fight. We've seen this for a while now. It doesn't mean anything. So now, are you also trying to master the same strange power that he has with Ultra Instinct? Ultra Instinct, on the contrary, I just abandoned it, all intent of doing it, because he doesn't. So his explanation is this: it doesn't suit me in the fact that being taught about anything by anyone doesn't suit me to begin with. I've never had a master. I've had no memory of my father, King Vegeta, even teaching me the basics. After all, I was a prodigy, a genius. I've excelled to the point, well, through solitary training, and this is Vegeta's motivation to gain a new power. So I almost lost myself. My goal is to be the strongest, and I aim to do it through my own style, which means he's completely forgot about Ultra Instinct. He's about surpassing his own limits. That explanation I agree with. His reasoning for awakening Super Saiyan Blue evolution I did not like. So, but his purpose makes a lot more sense. It's typical Vegeta, and even Whis kind of like acknowledges like, oh, okay, I guess this is the right path for Vegeta to take because it's not his style, which it isn't. I mean, a lot of people assume when Goku awakened Ultimate Ultra Instinct, like Vegeta was going to get the attack mode because at that point it was only defensive. So, and it makes sense because Vegeta's his style is completely different from Goku. It's a lot less balanced and it's a lot more. This explanation makes sense for Vegeta. Like I said, there's certain things that these two chapters explain better than the anime, but there's certain things I question that the anime did better than the actual manga. So it's weird. Also mentions other speech, which I do appreciate. It's like, unlike those other spoon-fed morons, I've spent my whole life fighting for everything I've ever had. I know I've risked my life more often than anyone else. I would say Goku would give, and Piccolo would give him a run for his money, but sure, okay. So it's not faced by any of this. While these babies were lazing about on Earth, fighting their little play martial arts tournaments, I was fighting tens of thousands of battles across the universe, which I guess that goes back to Vegeta's roots. And here's comes from Jiren. Apart from Goku, that brief moment, you've been the most formidable thus far. Opinion, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution had way more feats in the anime, despite how ridiculous it was when Vegeta actually broke through the Hawkeye energy that Topo had. Then again, had full control. Yeah, even Beerus said it takes him a while to gather up the energy. Like for like we've seen Cedra use the energy of destruction, and we've seen Beerus use it. So at the same time, it's still ridiculous for Vegeta have the ability to do that. But yeah, that was a feat. Okay, here didn't really have much feats at all, other than getting a few shots in Jiren, which he did in the anime. But ultimately, had he been by himself, had half of his power, how much of an effect would that have on Jiren in the anime, in your opinion? Because what could have Vegeta done by himself? He had way more feats and impressive showing in Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. It was short-lived here. Clear example, this being rushed. And again, I think this is more to do with the editors or Soisha, because there is a rumbling going around that they're trying to speed things up to actually make a spin-off of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie in the manga. If that's true, that could explain a few things. Why this is so fast-paced. You could have the editors like, okay, wrap this tournament power arc up. It's already happened in the anime. People are going to be impatient one way or the other, I think. And it's a double-edged sword. It really is. So Vegeta isn't the only one eyeing the Pride Troopers. You got Frieza, who's eyeing a one-out Topo, which is something that he did in the anime, but in a completely different scenario, where he just bashes Topo around. You still have Dispo fighting Android 17 at this point, and help out Topo by getting him away from Frieza. But Frieza's just kicking balls away. He's just trying to get rid of their foothold so they can't land anywhere. So the only place they have is too far from the platform. So that's Frieza tormenting him. And you have 17 just finish it already. Like his turn of events, I guess his personality is in check. Jiren, so it's like this bo's like, help us out, Jiren. We can't get back in them anymore. And while Jiren is focusing on his other teammates, Goku uses this opportunity to use instant transmission to get Goku teleports with instant transmission, get Vegeta out of there. The next time you see him, Vegeta is pretty much in base mode, so he's run out of energy at this point. So, and Jiren's like, oh well, I guess I'll just let my comrades fall. And that's pretty much what he does. He's like, yep, 17 and 8 Frieza. Like, he just speed blitzes them. Boom, double blow. But we kind of know his motivations. And in chapter 41, his motivation for his wishes kind of gets revealed too. So, and he kind of realize, okay, we're in Jiren's way. And because he's the only one left, there's nothing to worry about, according to Vermald. And Frieza goes into Golden Gate, obviously come up with a strategy. That's to stall for time until the time runs out. And even 17 acknowledges, oh, this is an interesting plan even by you, Frieza. Realizes he can't win like this, so he has to have a strategy. Sure enough, Jiren sees through this, and it's like, oh, okay, that's what you're up to. You stalling for time. I'm gonna fall for this. Boom. Hit Frieza. 17 steps in, and they both get sent. And 17 actually blocks the hit, so shout out to 17 for that. But they both get sent flying, and they're both still in the tournament. Frieza, more importantly, still in the tournament, but 17. Here's the thing. Sorry, there's a lot of complaints about this. I have to agree, because Krillin seems way more concerned. 18's completely nonchalant about the situation. Like, I'm plenty used to handling wild kids after all. It's like mechanism that's inside him to blow himself to try and take out Jiren, north of my family. Krillin's like a way more different event where he, in order to tank a hit from Jiren to save Goku and Vegeta, it's similar, but the methods are completely different. Like Frieza's still in the tournament. Goku and Vegeta still in the tournament. Does absolutely nothing to Jiren. This explosion didn't lead a scratch on Jiren. She didn't seem to care at all. Like, she was so nonchalant about the situation. In the anime, that's a completely different story. It's like, even though like I hated the fact that she kind of shitted on Krillin after he got eliminated. Who's the one that saved Android? Not for Krillin, she would have been the first to be eliminated. But even then, at least she had some sort of emotion to 17. Here, nothing at all. Like, that's so disappointing. Again, character progression. Number one reason why Caulifla, Vados, Toa, and Android 21 are pretty much my favorite females in Dragon Ball at this point in time. And two of them are not even in the actual series. They're that much. 18, I don't even know what to begin with that, but pissed off by that. Just let you know. And what triggers Goku to awaken Ultra Instinct again. This is a complete contradiction. When you say it's a state of mind, it's more like he gets pissed off and he goes Super Saiyan. No, he just goes Ultra Instinct. Like, suddenly he gets ticked off and he can go Ultra Instinct. So that didn't make any sense at all. The third time he awakens Ultra Instinct, when he's fighting Jiren, he is thinking about everybody. And before Jiren can knock him out of the arena, he does trigger it and he avoids Jiren getting that massive blow to the gut. We all remember that. But it's kind of similar, but here it's like awakening it through rage, which is a complete contradiction of what Ultra Instinct really is. Rush for time. And that's pretty much how chapter 40 ends, with Jiren powering up, and you got Ultra Instinct versus Jiren.